Hello viewers, welcome to eSeniors GT3 Championship. This is the Group 3 race and it's going to take place at Oulton Park. We're just doing a bit of a warm-up, a bit of a start-up on the grid, if you like, of respect for Ukraine. So I'm just letting the drivers get themselves all settled up, and then what I'll do is I'll go to one of the drivers, indicate to them that they're ready to go, and then I'll go live to the stream when all the cars are ready. And it's really just a mark of respect for everybody in Ukraine and us showing our total support for what they're going through. Now, it's a political situation, so it's not really wise for us to discuss the reasoning behind the political situation. I'm sure many of you don't agree with what's going on. I personally don't agree with what's going on. But our hands are tied in relation to what we can offer and what we can support them with. So although we can't support them in person, what we've decided to do is, as part of the stream, is offer our support as part of the stream. So, where possible, all the cars are in Ukraine colours. The drivers have decided to pick the badge of Ukraine if they've been able to, if they've had time to do it. There are certain cars where you can't change the colour. So, at that point in time, we've just got to go with the colours of the cars they've been able to select. But what you'll see is a lot of blue and yellow cars going around the track. They'll do a parade lap. They'll then go back into the pits after the parade lap. Then we'll go into qualifying and we will go into the race. So it's just an extra 5 minutes before your time is up. I will go to Jeremy in a second and I'll indicate to Jeremy that we are ready for the parade lap. I'm just waiting for the cars to get on the grid now and work out who's going to be first on the grid. And once we get that sorted, everyone's just queuing up now. It looks a bit chaotic, to be honest. I can't work out who's first. Where's Jeremy? Let me find Jeremy, because Jeremy's meant to be first on the grid. And when I know Jeremy is where he's meant to be. Okay, so it looks like we're good to go. So 2 ticks. I'll make everybody aware. We're going. Okay, Jeremy, 10-second countdown. Thank you. 10-second countdown. 10-second countdown, guys. Okay, off we go. 10-second countdown, Jeremy.
Like this, side by side.
Let's go then.
Yeah, let's try and do this.
So as you heard there, a bit of chaos, but we should all be getting to go any second now. And as I said, it's just a mark of respect. Look at that grid. All them cars in a wonderful blue and yellow livery. Does take a bit of orchestrating. And there are some Group 1 drivers in there and some Group 3 drivers. They will leave the session at the end. But as you can see quite clearly, everybody has made an effort. There's lots of different cars there in the Ukrainian colours. Absolutely fantastic to see everybody doing that. You can see there, you know, Ricard has got his car. He's got his name with UKR in the background. Some of the drivers have actually picked the Ukrainian flag. I will go to the helicam now. We've moved from there, but you can quite clearly see everybody is running around with, where possible, the blue and yellow flags. A couple of cars have decided not to go out because they're not in the blue and yellow. Again, that is perfectly fine. But it's just a mark of respect and solidarity shown towards the Ukrainian people and what they're currently fighting for. But they're going to do one lap. They're all going to pull into the pits, and then we'll advance from practice into qualifying, and then the race and the stream will start as it is. So quick hello to the stream. Hi Willie. Hi Andy. Hi Derek. Hi Nikos. Hi Tony. Who else? Hi Merche. Thanks guys for your support there. Just saying this is great. I will keep jumping up and down the grid just so you can see everybody is there and everyone's... Look at that. Why can't we have start laps like that with these seniors? No contact at all. Absolutely fantastic parade. That is fantastic. Absolutely brilliant job, guys. Exactly what we want. Jeremy's flashing his lights. And obviously... everyone's gone to the pits now, so that practice session must have been a bit of a short session. But we are ready to go. Off we go. And we'll wait for qualifying. Qualifying will start in a second. Just waiting for it all to get going. I think a couple of drivers will leave. I thought practice was actually set up for a couple of minutes. Obviously not. I'm just waiting to see where we're up to. I'll keep this on for the time it is. This is it, showtime. Jeremy's put there, so we're ready to go. We'll see drivers leaving the stream now, leaving the game now, because obviously they're actual proper drivers. And I believe we are now in official qualifying. Okay, and Mr. Wood has joined me. Hello,
Hey,
Jonathan.
hey.
Tell you what, that looks stunning, you know. Absolutely
I bet
stunning.
I bet it did, and you know what? It was really, really good to participate in that as well. You know, we got show our solidarity with Ukraine in our own way. You know, at eSeniors.
Exactly.
And I bet it looked fantastic.
Yeah, it certainly did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for... I'm currently with Andrew Ambro, and I'm going to do a lap tour with him. So he'll be the first one coming over the line, I think, at this moment in time. And I'll do a lap guide of corners and corner names, just so, you know, I do try to do this with the GT3 races. I know most people know the tracks. We've done them a couple of seasons now. But for anyone new or anybody watching the stream, it's just a bit of a lap guide to understand, you know, what the corner names are. There are a couple of interesting corners with names, and I will cover one of them for you. Now, it does look like this car is lagging a little bit. I hope that's not going to be systematic of problems we encountered last night, although it does seem to be okay, so we'll keep with it at the moment. His connection isn't bad. He's not one of the, you know, he's not a million miles away, but it does seem to be lagging a little bit there, so keep an eye on that. So he's coming over the last corner now, and he's going to start entering the start-finish straight. So we're on board with Andrew Ambro. He'll put his foot down, he'll keep the car left, and he's now going to enter the left-hand side, picking his braking point and going into the right-hander, which is called Old Hall Corner. Drift left a little bit, but watching the track limits. He'll get his foot down, he'll get the car to the right-hand side here, and he'll brake up the avenue into Denton's and left-hander into Cascades. And he'll be looking to get the power down as soon as possible as he goes up Lakeside, big lake on the left-hand side there. This bend coming up is known as the Island Bend. Quite a fast left-hander. In the GT3s you can keep it absolutely full throttle. And then we go into the Shell Oils corner. Try and keep this as tight as possible and get the power down halfway through the corner, so you get a really good drive out into what is going to become Britain's chicane. So pick your braking point, get the car in, swing it to the right, get the power down and get in the left-hander, and that takes us on to Hilltop. We then come to another chicane. He's looking at the 100-metre marker. He'll brake hard, get the car to rotate into the right, and that is Hislops. That's the second chicane, but obviously it's a bit of a bigger chicane. He wants to get the car left here and cut the corner on the right as much as possible within track limits and get the power down, and he's now in Knickerbrook. He's now coming up the left-hander, which is Clay Hill, and then the further left-hander, which is known as Water Tower. He'll be braking just after the Soundco, getting the car to drift in into Druids, getting the power down again, getting the car left a little bit, keeping the power down, still keeping it left at the 100 marker, the right corner, braking hard into Lodge Corner. And then this takes us into Deer Leap, which is that little dip there, and then that takes us on to start finish straight. So that lap for Andrew there is registering as a 1:36.7. So nice, good opening lap. Get it under your belt. He is on pole with that lap. Actually, he's not. Uwe Follens on pole. So really good lap there. I'm going to sit with Uwe because Uwe is 1/10 up as we stand. So he's looking to better where he was before. And I think Uwe's in a BMW here. So the BMW does react to Oulton Park really, really well. And you can see there a car's just decided to hit the barriers. Very difficult if you go off track there because you become a passenger. Very, very easily to become a passenger. And if you can get it right, you can just get through the tyres at the end. But this corner here, you can lose and gain so much if you do it wrong. And it's all about keeping the traction and keeping the power down. Some go through there in first, some go through it in second. I think the car choice does also dictate that a little bit. And again on here...
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so, Mark. I can tell you that for sure, having driven a lot of cars around this track this week.
Yeah, I think it does make a difference. Yeah, I tend to try and get it into first gear. I know Derek Bird tries to do it in second gear. I did try it in second gear, and to me, it felt slower. I seem to get better driving first gear, but that's just personal preference. Styling, you know, style of your driving will influence that as well, I'm sure. So, where do we think this is going to go? Martin Bailey's gone in with an absolute flyer of a 1:35.6, but Uwe's still going quicker, and Uwe's looking for a 1:35.5 here, which will be a very good time. And there he goes, a 1:35.585. So Uwe and Martin aren't being separated by much. We've got Mr. Larsen, Johann Larsen, with a 1:35.6. We've got, no, Peter LaFrance has just jumped at it with a 1:35.6. Mr. Larsen's done a 1:35.8. And Richard McKay is a 1:36.2. He's the lowest of the 1:36s. Then we've got a bank of drivers on 136 and a bank of drivers on 137. And we've obviously still got drivers trying to do outlaps. So sit on board with Mr. Bailey. He's coming over and he's now just got pole with a 135.4. So are they going to get into the 134s here or not? So the Group 1 drivers are all looking around the 134s. So this just shows you the difference in the driving, doesn't it?
Speak for yourself, mate.
Well, all right, just because you can do 133, Mr. Wood.
Once in a while. But it is interesting, though, because these guys, they're going faster every lap. So I think that we're not going to see the pole position until, like, the very end of quali. We've got somebody sideways on the track here.
Sorry, what was that?
To avoid him.
Oh, right, okay.
There's somebody sideways on the track going into the hairpin.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it was too much of a problem. Bailey's going quicker. He's on a 135.1. He's now on a 135 flat. So is Mr. Bailey going to be our first driver into the 134 or 134s? Let's see. Oh, he was for a split second. This is going to be so close. He's gained time there. He's lost time there. His numbers are going up and down for fun here. It's very difficult to predict where he's going to turn out, actually. He's currently 3/10 up, which is going to put him a significant gap ahead of Uwe. He's still on the purples, so his sector times are really good. He's lost 2 tenths. He's lost it all now. So just one little bit of track, he's lost most of it. So someone's obviously took the marker out there. He's coming into Deer Leap, and he's lost a bit of time there. So I don't think he's going to better his time. So 135.4 is where he's going to sit at the moment. And
yeah, he lost a good half a second there, didn't he? Halfway around.
He
but
did.
It's interesting to see what these guys are doing because the top 4 guys are in Beamers. So seeing where they're missing out, and a lot of it is, just being in the wrong gear. I think in some of these corners, you've got 2nd and 3rd gear corners, and they're in a higher gear, and they're losing time.
Yeah, this goes back to something I just said to you, isn't it, Jonathan? The gear selection in the BMW is actually quite key. That's one thing I found with the BMW. He's just took that corner in 2nd gear. I don't take that corner in 2nd gear. You may well do. But I take it and get the drive out. And 2nd gear, I feel the BMW on the slower corners holds you back and doesn't get the power down. You see that BMW in front as well, a bit loose there. So Rayner is half a second ahead. And there's a car in front of him, which is Kevin Forrest, who has done a 135.3. So the guy in front of Rayner here is on a 135, but Rayner is looking quicker and quicker. So is Rayner going to get a tow, or is Mr. Forrest going to get in the way? I'm just looking at the times. Still 4 tenths up. Oh!
Kevin is not obliged to let
No, he's not.
by.
It's a fast lap. Oh, now he is. Now he is.
Destroyed his lap now, so yeah.
But Rayner Berger's lost all his time. He's lost his 4 tenths. So all that's gone. But yeah, you're right. There's no obligation to move over. Both drivers were on a flying lap. We've got 6 minutes of qualifying left to go. And you can see there's a blue flag being waved to let one of the faster drivers pass.
He's 2 tenths ahead, though.
He's now 2 tenths, but he's now 3 tenths. So that means he would have been nearly a second up. Rayner's looking fast here. Rayner's looking very, very fast. If he could have had them 4 tenths back at the beginning here, I think...
See what he does here.
Yeah.
This is 3rd gear for me. Get back on the gas.
He has done, but he lost a 10th there.
Yeah, he did. Still have the marker for the braking here. A little late on braking.
No, he's gained. He's gained.
Yeah.
He's only 2 tenths up though. He's not going to get pole. He's 135.4. P2 just. Yeah, P2 just. So quick to the stream. Hi, John. Hi, Mark Christopher. Hi, Billy. Hi, Ian. Who else is in there? Hi, Kai.
Let's see. Let's see what he can do on this lap, mate.
Yeah.
So he's got a clear track in front of him. He's actually down right now, but this was the spot where he came up on Kev. So this is where he should gain like at least a half a second. I would think,
but he was in 5th. He was.
There it is. So there it is. He's got a half a second.
He was in 5th though. I think if 4th coming into that bend, he'd have been in better. He's in 6 tenths up now. So this could be a 134 if he can keep it together. He's got a good run out here. He's still half a second up his Rayner. Looking very, very tidy.
Another half a second at this next chicane.
No, I don't think he will. I think he might gain a 10th or 2, but I think his last lap he took this pretty well, to be fair. There you go, he's lost a 10th.
Yeah, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But it's enough. I mean, he's only 27 thousandths of a second.
It is enough at the
slower than
moment.
Kev, so he's going to be well ahead in pole position.
And obviously Kev Forrest is an ex-Group 1 driver. And he's between 4 and 5 tenths at the moment, Rayner. This is looking really, really exciting. Is he going to do it? Is Rayner going to do it? 4 tenths. Yeah, he's looking good. He's looking good for a 134 here. No. A 135 flat. He just lost a 10th at the end. Up the hill. Right, so that's Rayner's definitely looking good in pole. 3 minutes to go. Let's jump back to Johann Larsen, who's 3 tenths up at the moment, and he's just started his lap, as you can see. So can he gain? This will put him into the 135.5s as it stands. If he can gain another 10th, which he's just done, he's looking at 3rd. He's now looking at 2nd as his time comes down. Can he keep this going? So Larsen's currently on a 135.4.2. So he's currently looking at 3rd. He's just lost a 10th there, though. So that's just spoilt him a little bit. I'll tell you who's looking quick, though, in front. We'll jump to him in a minute. So Larsen at the moment is still 3 tenths up. There's another driver on track who's looking for 2nd place on the grid here. I'll reveal all in a minute. He's now lost another 3 tenths there as Johann, so he's losing time. He's 1 tenth up, so he's going for a 135.7, which might not move him up the grid a little bit. I'm just going to jump back to another driver who is going to make way if they can keep the times up they're doing, and that's Mr. Buckley. So Mr. Buckley is 4 tenths up. He's actually lost some time previously, but he's gained a bit more. But I'll tell you who to look out for. Martin Bailey. He's going for the 134. No, he's not now, but he was. He was looking for the 134. Stefan here has lost all his time in this last section. Although he has now gained 2 tenths coming out of that corner. 3 tenths. He's gone for a 135.3. That could put him on 2nd place on the grid. The Bentley's going to get out of his way, which is brilliant. He's still 3 tenths. 135 is 2 tenths. 135.4. And there you go. 135.3. Stefan takes 2nd place on the grid. And Martin Bailey lost all his time and never improved his lap time by the looks of it. Fantastic.
Melvin made a good improvement as well. He's into the top 10. And actually, you know, Stefan, I was talking to him the other day, and he can post times in the 33s. I've seen him do it. It's just once in a while, but that's a great time right there.
Yep. I just reading what Kai said. Kai, all I can say is I feel for you, mate. Being sat in a hotel with access to literally nothing. At least you could watch the race. When I was there, no one was streaming. So I do feel for you. Yeah, McKay is strong. But at the moment, it's looking like the top 4. I'm just going to jump to Bruce Hopkins because Bruce Hopkins is trying to get in on the party here. He's 5 tenths up. He's on a 135.5, which is going to put him into the top 6 if he can keep it together. He has lost a bit of time. Yeah, he's going to be on a... He's lost a lot more time coming up there. Just didn't get the power down quick enough. He's moved up.
Now, Peter LaFrance is on a hot lap. He's 3 tenths. He needs to gain 3 tenths. And he's about a third of the way around the lap. And he's a quarter of a second up. So, see what he can do.
He is indeed. He's just coming into the hairpin now. He's 2 tenths up. He's on a 135. He's just lost a 10th there. He's on a 135.2 at the moment. Let's see where this takes him. Can he gain a little bit more time? But Martin Bailey. There you go. 134.9. That's the first driver in the 134s. So at the moment, with less than half a second, sorry, 4 seconds to go.
Peter has the time. He's got half a second.
He does.
Right
he is. He's going for pole. He's going for pole. Come on, guys. Fantastic, these two.
Brilliant.
But yeah, but Martin's going quicker again. He's lost a 10th here, Peter. This is going to be so close. Oh, he's gained. He was 6 tenths. He's now half a second up. So he's on for a 134.8.
A really good braking zone here and get on the power. Really
no, he's lost it. He's lost it.
He has.
He's lost it all.
Oh, man.
Oh, what a shame. So just go back. Is Martin going to make a statement here? He's 1/10 up. He's on a 134. I don't think anyone's going to touch him now because that is qualifying over. He's 2/10 up. He's going for a 134.7. Now he's on for a 134.8 or thereabouts. He's doing well. Just needs to get this section.
Up, isn't he?
He's 2/10 up at the moment, yeah. He's making a mark. 3/10 up. Even better. 4/10 up. Oh, he's lost a bit coming out of there. He must have eased off on the power. He's losing all his time. It's clocking away here. Can he get the corner right? Yeah, he's got that right. He's not lost any time at the moment. He's going for a 134.8. No, he's lost time. Oh, he still did it at 134, and that is pole position. Fantastic. Back after this break.
The top 5 of BMWs.
Okay, let's do the grid walk. So, lovely view there of all the cars in the livery colours of Ukraine. So, with his first pole position, looking for a win, Martin Bailey leading the pack in the BMW. And I'm going to say there's a pattern merging here. Second place, Rainer Berger, also in a BMW. Peter Lafrance in third place, also in a BMW. Stefan Buckley in fourth place, also in a BMW. Kev Forrest in fifth place, also in a BMW. And the first different car is Mark Stevens in the Lexus. We then got the first of the McLarens, Andrew Ambro and Johann Larsen. We've then got another BMW, Uwe Follen, and the first of the Ferraris, which is Marco Loschgadin. Then got Melvin Garland in a BMW, and we've got Richard McKay in the Porsche, first of the Porsches. The second Porsche, we've got PJ Vitala, and then the BMW of Bruce Hopkins. Then got the first of the Astons, which is Peter David, and the first of the Bentleys, which is Lee Ellis. Back to the Porsche of Jerian Woostman and Daniel Britos. I'm for Ukraine in the McLaren. We've then got the Honda of Jorgen M. Pedersen and Jeremy in the McLaren. Coming to the back of the grid now, we've got Mappy Kansund in the BMW and Ollie Lenortner in the Lexus. We've then got Andy Goddard in the McLaren, and we've got Dimitri Stathis in the Audi. Robert Abando in the Porsche, I think that is, yeah, I've got the right numbers there. Jack Jacobs in the Ferrari, and up at the back we've got Thierry Ars, and I just need to find out who that is at the back of the grid because I can't actually see it, and James Parks. So we're all good to go. I think we're ready to start racing. I'll just put it on Helicam, and that's the start, and we'll see how the start goes. So here we go, guys. Let's see where it goes.
Very, very interesting, isn't it? We got like the top 5 are very, very close. We saw their lap times, how fast they can go, and any of them could have got pole position. So the question is, who is going to get ahead at the start, and who's not going to make any mistakes? Because that's what this is about. It's very difficult to pass anyone.
And as you and me both know, Jonathan, being in front on this track is critical.
Yep.
Absolutely critical, because
here we go.
It's very hard to get the start. Here we go. Lights are going to go green, and we go. Off we go. So you can see there that straight away Rainer is eased off, and he's going to be taking up the inside. No contact. That was very, very close. Ooh. Martin's on a couple of cars going wide there. So far, so good. Are we going to get everybody getting down to the first corner? Looking good so far. Let's get to the first corner. and see what's going on. The second corner, sorry, everyone's made it round rather than everyone shooting off. A couple of cars towards the back there, just looking close. The two Porsches running great there together. There has been contact at the back between Dimitri and Thierry. They're both at the back of the grid. Let's jump back to the forward, Peter LaFrance. I've got a nice little bunch of cars now following Martin. So because these are all BMWs, I'd expect the performance to be pretty much spot on here. And it's all about, you know, having your wits about you and trying to gain that split-second advantage when a driver makes that critical mistake and seeing if you can capitalise on it. But yeah,
this is one of the few places you can actually get past someone. Right here. If you come out of that first chicane and make an error getting the power down, you can get a run down the straight. It's very difficult, though.
That corner there, Knickerbrook, is also the same. And do you know the reason why it's called Knickerbrook, Jonathan?
I don't actually know.
So when they were doing some work on building the track, so I did mention this last season, they used demolition explosives to remove a bank of trees. When they decided they were going to make that corner into the chicane, they removed almost a forest, and they did it using TNT. What they didn't realise is while they did that, there was a couple in the trees up to no good. And when they blew the trees up and they went over to inspect, there was a pair of knickers hanging on the tree.
Oh my God.
And an embarrassed man and woman further behind with no clothes on. So it got its name, Knickerbrook.
Wow. I do recall, though, that is the corner that Paul Warwick lost his life. So, you know, for me, it's like this track is, you know, I love this track. I love driving it, but I will always remember it as, you know, the track that Paul lost his life. It was a bloody awful day, that one.
Yeah, the thing is as well, it's very difficult, isn't it, to carry on racing when something like that happens. And I think one of the problems in years gone by, even if there was an incident, they just carried on racing, didn't they? And I think that's very difficult for drivers, knowing full well that one of the colleagues. Cause I know these guys, you know, are aggressive on track against each other, but off track there's a lot of respect, and I think sometimes that's really difficult. So let's have a quick look at where we're up to. The only man on a mission at the moment is Uwe. So Uwe's putting pressure on Marco, Loshkadin, and Melvin's behind them. So this is the Ferrari versus the BMW here. The Ferrari's a quick car, we know that, but I do think it struggles around Oulton Park. And I don't know whether it's the curbs cause it a problem. It doesn't seem to like the chicane. We've got 41 minutes to go. And Martin Bailey is not pulling away up front. He's only a second ahead. But Peter's now catching Rayner up as well. So I'm just going to jump forward to Peter. And Martin is putting his stamp on it. He's just done a 1:36.4. Lap 1 was clean. The stewards have reported to me there are no incidents from lap 1. So great stuff. Danny
No incidents in qualifying, correct?
I believe that's correct. Oh no, he says sorry, 3 incidents, but none of them warranting penalties from what I can gather. So I think they were just door taps, you know, where no one's gone off track. I'm going to jump to the front because this is getting very, very tasty. So we've got Rayner and we've got Peter now battling, and just behind Stefan and Kev. So Kev Forrest. So this is really a case of who's going to blink first, who's going to make a mistake. Now look at that. Every one of them took that corner identically. So no one was going to lose time. That was fantastic.
Yeah, they're learning from each other, I think.
I will say I do like Rayner's team name. And that's not the Angry Frog bit.
yeah, I see that too.
That car's gone a bit loose there. That car was Peter's. I think he just got a little bit loose coming out of the chicane there. The second chicane. But he does seem to be getting himself going again, and he's definitely putting pressure on Rayner here. Rayner in the number 68, and Peter in the number 66. So not much separating them from car number perspective either.
It's not going to stay the same though, because these guys are all very, very close to each other here, and we're just waiting for someone to make a mistake. And you never have a line of 4 cars lap after lap not making a mistake. So we just got to wait and see what happens.
So Jonathan, they're saying your volume's low, so I'm going to see if I can fix that, guys, first of all. So I'll try and increase your volume. So don't you do anything. I've just increased Jonathan's volume. Can you just do a sound check, Jonathan, for me?
Yeah, yep. Sound check 1, 2, 3.
So let me know if that's any better. I've just it's the same as it always has been, but I've just increased it. Craig, no.
Craig, hey, Craig, be nice, mate. Be nice.
That's better. So Andy Lees is saying that's better. Thanks, Andy. Much appreciate it. So, there's been an off. So, Mr. Ambro has gone off. Let's see if we can just get that from him going off there. So, he went off way before. He's just decided to take the long route. But he has managed to put it between the barriers there. So, he's not damaged his car and he's waiting for a safe rejoin. And as you can see, he's got off track. He got back on track quite well. Lee Ellis is getting a good run in the Bentley here behind the Porsche of Richard. But he's not risking it for a biscuit. He's keeping it going. I think he feels he's got a bit more speed than the Porsche in that big Bentley. So I think what we're going to see there is Lee is going to turn around and start putting pressure on the Porsche in front of him to see if he can pass him. So Lee's currently running in 13th place. What I will do is I'll put the gap times on as well, just so you can see the gap from the car increase.
Yeah, this is a tasty little battle, actually. And Leo asked me earlier on, he's like, am I going to get any screen time today? And I replied, well, that depends on you, mate, doesn't it? But,
of course it does, obviously.
Yeah. But he's right in the middle of, he's right in the thick of things right now. So the 337, or, like backwards or upside down, that spells Lee. And he is looking pretty good. He's in 13th place, and he's got this line of cars. And once again, it's just a matter of just waiting for someone to make a mistake and hoping it's not you,
Yeah, and back at the front, we've got Stefan. He's putting pressure on Peter, and Peter's putting pressure on Rayner. And Rayner's just cut the corner a little bit there. But as you can see here, Stefan's getting his braking point spot on. He's keeping up with that Porsche in front. There's a good couple of battles here going on, isn't there? So
yeah, and this is what Stefan is really good at, and hopefully I'm not going to enact the commentator's curse here, but he's just really good at hitting his apexes and hitting his braking points perfectly, exactly the same, lap after lap after lap.
So Uwe's behind Marco here, and I think it was Johann Larsen in front who just went off track a little bit. So I think they've both gained a little bit, but you can see here that BMW to the Porsche, it's night and day. The pace the BMW's got, to the Ferrari, the pace the BMW's got to the Ferrari on the drive is completely different. He just seems to be gaining on it for fun. But let's see if he does the same again here, because he did that in the last straight. He's gaining on it again. Look at the difference in speed. So that BMW's definitely got the legs on the Ferrari here. Just needs to get the right place to do the pass. So this is Uwe Tholen on Marco Loschgadin as it stands at the moment. That's where the Ferrari will be good, in the corners there. Great racing.
Oh yeah, and then the Ferrari is normally really good under acceleration from like second gear.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't seem to have the same edge as the Beamer here, does it?
We've got a couple of cars under investigation.
Uh-oh.
Dimitri Stathis is under investigation, as is another car. I'll just wait for that message to disappear so we can see what's going on. And the stewards are currently looking into these incidents. And the other car that's under investigation is Thierry Ars. So I think this was an incident in the second lap. You can see here, I'm going to go to the helicam because look at this. Someone's going for the inside. Melvin is now part of this battle. Melvin's not giving in. He wants part of it. And the two Porsches, look at this train of cars. 7 cars now battling out within a couple of seconds of each other. This is where the action's going to be in, isn't it, Jonathan? Midfield?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's just a train of cars. Here's the truly train right here, isn't it?
And I can't help thinking that Ferrari is a bit of... Oh, and there's a car going wide there. Who was that? Was that no, it wasn't Melvin. I think it was PJ went wide a little bit. Just went off track.
The blue and yellow car.
Yeah, the blue and yellow car. So Stefan got right on the tailpipe of Peter LaFrance coming down that straight then to the final corner. And I mean, he was right there. But we've got another battle going on. These three now, look at it. So Uwe's in front of these three, but these three are still battling. Hi, Terry. Welcome to the stream.
See, the problem with overtaking here is that you actually approach it in the middle of the corner. You don't want to be right up the backside of the car in front because you've got nowhere to go.
Is that a pass?
What you want to...
Is that a pass? Are we going to see a pass? Is Lee going to get the drive?
He's going.
He's got the inside line. He's got him here, I think. Yeah, he's got him. So Lee, that power of the Bentley, he's just got the Porsche on that little straight, and that's Lee now. So Lee's now up to 12th place. And you know what? He's going to go for the second Porsche PJ's in. I fancy his chances. He's looking really quick in that Bentley. He just needs to keep it together, get through the corners, track the car in front of him, keep his head down, and I think he might actually get the second Porsche as well. So back to Uwe. Oh, and the Ferrari's gone a little bit wide there. Look at this. Are we going to see a really good drive out? Melvin's having part of this party as well. The two BMWs on the Ferrari, and we saw the Ferrari got the braking point wrong going into the second chicane. Melvin
is so close to him, isn't he?
He's like
right licking his tailpipes.
Oh, are we going to see him move up the inside? The BMW's going for it. Oh, he's backed out.
Can't quite do it. And that's giving the
he's gone wide.
Melvin on the exit.
He's gone wide. Ferrari, who's still got the drive though. Yeah, I think the Ferrari's going to get beaten here. I think the Ferrari's going to get... Oh, there's Melvin. Melvin's looking really quick, but he's braking very late, isn't he? And look, PJ in the Porsche is now after Melvin.
All right, so check it out. So all week, right, we've been doing these 2 30-minute races, but today we've got 45-minute races.
Yeah.
And in those 30-minute races, we found that some people were getting drive-through penalties because they were going out of bounds 4 times. So you think that's going to come into play here? Because these guys are unaccustomed to doing a 45-minute race here.
I'm not too sure. We might get 1 or 2, but I think you get 1 or 2 anyway. I think drivers have natural angles to take, and it's only when they're under pressure do they make mistakes. And there's certain drivers under pressure that just don't flinch. I would put Melvin in one of them categories. Where
tell me about it.
Melvin
I was
flinch.
behind him earlier in the week, and I think I was probably like 2 or 3 seconds faster than him, and I couldn't get past him. I just couldn't get by him, and unfortunately, I hit him a couple of times as well. I don't think he was very happy about it. But yeah, I mean, he's just like Stefan. He hits those marks lap after lap.
Yeah, he's definitely he's definitely on that improved driver list. Is Melvin? This season, because the off season he seems to have gained not only more speed, but I think he gained a lot of confidence as well. Just jumping forward to Peter, so Peter's putting pressure on Rayner still, because these are both BMWs. I think it's pretty much, here we go. I mean, you can see there that Stefan got a little bit of an overdrive coming through that corner, and that did allow Kev just to catch up a little bit. But these 4 BMWs, I just noticed that. In fact, the top 5 places are BMW. Now,
the battle for the lead has really concertinaed up again. So Rainier is 0.4 behind, and then Peter is another half a second behind, and Stefan is less than a second behind Peter. So, they're closing up.
They are. In fact, the first 4 cars is less than 2 seconds. Oh, that was late by Stefan there. He really waited with the brakes. But you know what? No contact. No contact's fair. Rainier is holding the fastest lap with a 1:35.8. Martin Bailey's just gotten his head down in front, and you can see that car twitching again of Peter Rainier's, just twitching as he come out of the chicane. You can see now he's getting a good.
Peter's got a great run, hasn't he?
He did, but he just put his tyres off track. And look at Melvin. Melvin's just waiting. So one of these make a mistake, I'll tell you, Melvin's going to claim them, and I wouldn't surprise if he claims them both. Now there's been an incident with Marco, but it looks like it was non-destructive. It was an incident. I'm not seeing who it was between, but it doesn't look like it was destructive. We're back to this battle at the front though. There's only a couple of battles on track. I will keep an eye on them. Bruce Hopkins is very close with Lee at the moment, but I'm keeping an eye on that.
Rainier just went off at first turn, and that definitely will be an out of bounds.
Yeah. And
so something I was talking about earlier was, in order to get ahead here, you almost have to be a little bit behind going into some of these turns and get a run. And Peter, and he's having a little look, but he's not going to get through there. But yeah, you almost need a little bit of space and to get a run, so that in the middle of the corner you don't have to lift off, right? And comparative to the guy in front. So like here is like an essential to have a little bit of a gap going into this first chicane, and you see Peter has nowhere to go, absolutely nowhere to go. Even though he's going to be a little bit faster, he wants to be a little bit further behind so that he can get the gas on fully on the exit of the corner and get a run down into this next chicane.
And we've got Jorgen Pedersen under investigation with the stewards for an incident, so they're looking at that. And I'll obviously, if anything is passed on, I'll make you aware of that. But we'll see where that goes.
So while this is going on, mate, I've got a funny story actually. So earlier in the week we were racing, and I was leading, and I was coming up behind somebody called Larsen. And I'm lapping him, and he didn't see me or whatever. But I'm yelling in Discord, Larsen, I'm lapping you. And what I didn't realize was that there were two Larsens in the race, and I was yelling, and the wrong Larsen was in the chat, and he lifted off, thinking that there was something weird going on. He lifted off, and he was in a fight with Neil Bywater, and he let Neil pass, thinking it was me because I was yelling at him in the chat. So it just goes to show that, like, the new scenario, like every race.
Absolutely. I mean, I was aware there's two Larsens. I think they spelled slightly different. Not that you'd know when you said them, but yeah, it's quite interesting because I think there's a Johann. And I'm trying to think who the other one is.
There's a J and a G.
There is, yeah. Goran. There's a Goran and there's a Johann.
Yep.
So Mappe's made a mistake. This battle's fantastic. Look at this. These three cars here. Oh my word. This is great, great, great. Hi, Terry Howard. Yeah, you can see Melvin's really putting pressure. Sorry, Stefan's really putting pressure on Peter LaFrance here. There's a car off.
Somebody's off. There's a McLaren.
That was a McLaren, so that must be one of the back. Yep. That was Andy Goddard. So Andy Goddard was running running last because Dimitri's gone to the pits. So Andy Goddard's race isn't going too well, but it didn't impact any of the front runners, which is obviously a very good thing. Johann Larsen's the fastest man on track now.
Yep. Uh-oh, somebody's off. Is that Peter? He just went off.
Yeah,
on turn,
Peter just went. Turn. Yeah, just went wide. Now again, that can be a track limits depending on where you go. Stefan's really going for it.
Yeah, he is. He's really applying the pressure, isn't he?
He's really got a good drive here.
Yeah, but it doesn't help. Like, as soon as you hit the brakes for the next turn, it's back to square one again.
Yeah, I think also Peter's angle into that corner was much better. Looking at the way Stefan took that corner, he took it a little bit too tight, which meant Peter could keep the power down longer, and you can just see he managed to pull off a little bit there. But Stefan's got a really close angle coming in, and you can see that getting a benefit of taking that hairpin tight. Stefan's really good under braking, isn't he? Really good under braking.
Yeah, he is. Oh, meanwhile, Martin is just skipping away. He's a second ahead, and he's not making any mistakes.
So we've got Maverick in the chat now, and Dimitri's in the chat. So not too sure what's happened to Dimitri. I know there's an incident involving car number 77, which is... I'm just looking up the list now. I can't see a car 77, so I'm not too sure about that. Oh, was it Jorgen and Dimitri? So I'm not too sure. We have lost a couple of drivers, so maybe a couple of drivers have decided to call it a day because they've made a mistake.
And just a reminder for everyone, we've got 35 people in the chat, so please smash the like button. We only have 17 likes right now, so let's try and move that needle up.
Yeah, I'll give you a quick reminder. And just to mention, obviously we have no PWS livery cars today, but a bit of a shout out to our sponsors, PWS, preciouswashers.co.uk, also Syndeo.world, our sponsors, and Aqua Green. And a big thank you to everybody who's done donations to eSeniors. As I've said many times, without that funds, we wouldn't have and we couldn't provide what we offer. So every one of you who donate, all the sponsors, we want to thank you. And to be honest, everybody thanks you because it's a group. We're all part of it. We're all benefiting from it. And Jack Jacobs is now in the chat, so does that mean Jack's gone as well? Because Jack was definitely racing.
Yeah, it looks like it. And it looks like Dimitri had...
Yeah.
He got tagged at turn 2.
Oh, Jack's lost connection.
He had a big hit with the wall.
Jack's lost connection. Okay, let's step back from this little challenge a bit. So we've got a couple of McLarens here. We've got Daniel Britos and Jeremy. So Jeremy's the blue one and Daniel's the yellow one. That's all I can tell you because they're both got blue and yellow. But as we know, Daniel in the McLaren's really, really quick. And as you can see there, his team name is I'm for Ukraine. So again, another mark of respect there. And sympathising with the plight, what's going on. Andrew Ambro has got off track. There he is going again, but you can see he's not going as fast as he was. I'll go back to that battle we had with Jeremy. So Daniel Britos is putting pressure on Jeremy here. Okay, so we've got a 15-second penalty for car number 63.
That's an odd number, isn't it? 15 seconds?
Yeah, and I'm unfortunately I'm not admin, so I'm going to struggle doing that because if I was admin I could do it, but I can't do that, so I'll have to do that at the end. Just letting the stewards know. So there's a 15-second time penalty there for Jorgen Pedersen. And that penalty was for not leaving space, causing an accident, and a car losing 2 positions. And that car didn't yield and give the places back. So Jorgen Pedersen there with a 15-second time penalty. But we've still got Daniel putting pressure on Jeremy. What's good to see here is Jeremy's fighting. And normally we see Jeremy just, you know, give in a little bit and let the car go behind, and you can see Ollie there behind in the Lexus is putting a lot of pressure on Mappe Kansund. Oh, and there goes Jeremy. Did he make a mistake there, or did he let him go? Not too sure. I think, yeah, I'm going to reserve.
Like he made a mistake.
Going to reserve. Oh God, that was close. That was Johann Larsen. Now, he didn't make contact with the car. He got his braking point wrong, and that caused him to go off track. He was in 7th place. Now, has he received damage? I reckon he has. Is that damage going to lose in places? We will see. Oof, yeah, big mistake. Yeah, so Dimitri's saying Jack was in front of him during the race and just vanished and disappeared. It's eased off a little bit now, the battles that are on track. So I'm just trying to find... I'm going to jump back to the front again, because this battle is still going on between Peter and Rayner. And Martin Bailey up front has now given himself a bit of comfort. He's 2 seconds clear. He's running well. And we can see there, Peter's just... In fact, Rayner that was. I think Rayner's just going off track a little bit. So have they been pushing too much with the tyres? Let's see. Definitely a battle of wits, this in the BMW, isn't it? And that one at the back, Peter just looks so quick. And Stefan's lost time on these two now. You can see Stefan's gone out the picture a little bit. So I don't know if Stefan's made a bit of a mistake. Or these two guys are just running quicker. I'm looking at the lap time. Stefan's a second down on his previous lap. So I think Stefan's made a mistake somewhere. Marco's gone off. He's running slow. And that's allowed both Lee and Bruce Hopkins to pass him. And Bruce Hopkins is now putting pressure on Lee. So that's, again, Bruce Hopkins is in a McLaren. And Lee Ellis, as we know, is in the Bentley. Peter's very close here. Very close to Rayner. I do think Peter's going to get Rayner here. I've just got to... Oh, that was very good braking. Very good braking indeed. And Stefan's just coming back again now. I do think this is going to be applied in a mistake, and a mistake is going to cause a position change, I feel, here. I hope it's not an incident. I'm just looking at the incidents. There's been hardly any at all. Hardly any at all, which is really good to see, actually.
Yeah, they've gone 25 minutes so far without any major mistakes. At least not big enough mistakes to lose any places, that's for sure.
A couple
But
of
I'm starting to see them, like, cut some corners here and there. I'm seeing, like, smoke being kicked up,
I was
dust being kicked up.
just about to say the same, and the back
Yeah.
markers now as well adding to it. Yeah,
They're getting a bit ragged, aren't they?
Yeah, just a couple of cars are starting to just ease that tyre onto the dirt, whereas previously they weren't.
And I think with back markers, this isn't going to get really tasty now, isn't it?
It is.
But Martin has now eked out almost a 2-second gap, hasn't he?
Yeah. That gap's been consistently 2 seconds now for the last 2 laps. And you can see he's looking in his mirrors thinking, I've got a bit of breathing space. And look, Stefan is back there again. And you can see the view from the back of Peter's car. Stefan's not giving this up. Stefan wants a podium, I think, here.
Yeah, and everyone's pace is pretty similar. So, there's still another half lap before we actually get to the to lap people. So I'm not even sure that's going to happen today.
I think we're going to see the last 10 minutes be big shakers and movers here, purely because I think the tyres are going to start playing a part in it. Yeah, Stefan just went a bit wide, but it didn't stop any drive, did it? He didn't really lose too much there. And as you can see from the back of Peter's car, he's brilliant under braking, Stefan, isn't he? Look at that.
Yep, he's caught up again. I mean, he was a second and a half behind, and
Yeah.
within a lap and a half,
he's caught it all
he's
back.
right on their tails again. Yeah,
It goes to show he's actually very, very quick. He's just not getting that opportunity to pass the car in front of him.
maybe he was just eating a bowl of ice cream.
Well, there is that, I suppose.
Chilling.
Yeah, having a massage. You know what I mean? Having his feet rubbed.
I'm not sure about that. We know how much he likes his ice cream.
Yeah.
He's a little like Kimi in that respect. Oh, look at them there, 3 abreast here. Whoa, and in line. They're so close.
Yeah, and then there's another battle further going on. Bruce Hopkins is still putting pressure on Lee Ellis, but I do think Lee's got the better of that battle at the moment. I think that Bentley's just too quick, and anything that Bruce gains, I think the Bentley just pulls away, because obviously Lee's driven the Bentley for a long time, so he knows how to get the most out of it. And I believe Oulton Park is a good track for the Bentleys. So if he's got the relatively good setup, I think he's going to be putting himself in a good situation there. But,
yeah, you've got to have a car that will go over the those sausages like really, really well.
Yeah.
And for sure, that Bentley just flies over them in the same way that the BMW does.
Yeah, so there's 7 BMWs in the top 9.
What are you trying to say? That this is a one-spec race?
Well, we've got a Lexus of Mark Stevens, and we've got a McLaren of Johann, spoiling the party. But it's looking like a BMW podium party here, which, I mean, at the end of the day, if that's what the drivers have picked. But don't forget, I know people are saying the BMW is too fast, but it's been nobbled and nobbled and nobbled. They've done everything to it, and it's still it's still a quick car. I will say it's not quick on every track. Well, I think this sort of track and Hungaroring is where the BMW is going to be destroying other cars. Get on the power tracks, your Spas, your Monzas, and I don't think the BMW is going to be there. I think you're going to be looking at your Lexus and your McLarens. So it's horses for courses.
And in the GT3s, that's where we're going to next, right? Hungaroring, is that correct?
I think it's Hungaroring, yes, because it's Paul Ricard next week. And then the week after, which is the GT3 Championship, is Hungaroring. And James Park's gone off. He's going slow, he's getting back running again, but he wasn't in the way of anybody, which is good. I was speaking to James Parks earlier, I think it was last week, because he admits he's not the quickest, but he can't race on a Friday because of work commitments. And I prefer someone to race and not race, as long as they're not disruptive on track. And to be fair, you've only got to race with people to become faster. You don't become faster racing by yourself, because you don't learn people braking points, people's angles, and so on. So I think, it's the right decision to let people race if we can support it. Obviously, we don't want a Group 1 driver racing in Group 3, because that's completely pointless and unfair. So I'm just going to jump back a bit. So Joe Ryan But Gerwin, sorry, Woosterman, is putting pressure on Robert here. Robert's in the Porsche.
So I guess the question is, with these top, or there's in P2, 2, 3, and 4, especially Peter LaFrance and Stefan Buckley, who's going to lose patience first here?
Yeah.
Because Stefan is clearly faster.
And
But now I think Peter has dropped back a little bit from Rayner.
Yeah, he has. And car 63, the one we were looking at before with the 15-second penalty, is going to get a further review after the race. So there's going to be further potential disciplinaries after the race for car number 63. And that, I think, was Jorgen Pedersen. So Jerian, who we were watching before, has gone off. Let's just see what he's done. Oh, he's just binned it. Straight into the barrier, binned it. So, unfortunately, that's going to damage his car. And he's right down towards the bottom now. In fact, he's only being followed by James. So, Marco Loschgradin is now putting pressure on Bruce Hopkins. So, Marco, I think, is in the Ferrari. But Bruce does seem to have certain parts of the track where he seems to be quick. There's no one currently chasing down aggressively, if you want to say it like that, as it stands. But Rayner and Martin, still 2 seconds, so let's do a quick rundown. So Martin Bailey is currently leading. He is 2 seconds clear and has been 2 seconds clear for the last number of laps. Rayner Berger is being pressured by Peter, and Rayner's gone off.
Shit,
And are we going to see a change? And we're seeing a change. Yep. And Peter has now passed Rayner. Rayner made a big mistake coming into the corner with his braking point. Forced him to go off. If he kept the power on, he would have got a warning anyway. But I'm now wondering whether Mr. Buckley, and Buckley was off track there, that'll be a warning for Mr. Buckley. Whether Stefan saw that and thought, aye. And what did I say? 10 minutes, it weren't far off. We've seen our first mistake. And in fact, Rayner seems to be struggling. He's gone wide there as well.
Yep. So now let's see. Can Peter overhaul Martin? Can he catch him up? And what can Stefan do about Rayner?
Well, I think the issue here is it's not about Stefan with Rayner. It's can Rayner keep it going on track, because he seems to be struggling. And look at the speed difference there Stefan's got. And you can see now Peter's pulling away, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
And Martin, as a result of all that, is 3.5 seconds ahead. So car number 77 is going to be investigated after the race. That was the first lap, which was under investigation, is going to be investigated later. So the stewards have looked at that, and they need more time. So they're not making a decision on that incident. They'll review that later and add the penalty on towards the end of the race or after the race. But I'm looking at the alerts, and there's not many alerts coming up for incidents. This has been a very, very good race for Group 2, guys. A very good race indeed. Stefan's not giving up. And Ollie is putting a lot of pressure on Mappe now. Mappe Kansund. So the Swedish driver is being followed and hunted down by the Aussie driver. Now, the way Ollie took that corner then was mint. He took that absolutely perfect. It looks like he's got his Lexus set up very, very well. And let's see where it can bring him out. And can he gain anything on Mappe at all? Mappe's just keeping his corners, keeping his angles, and getting everything right.
Yeah, running in a strong 19th place.
And there's been an incident between Jeremy and Jorgen, but nothing's come of it. Yeah, Jeremy off. So Jeremy's down in 20th place, so he's lost a couple of places. Now Ollie's looking quick here. Is he going to get a good run? No, that BMW just seems to have the power in the corners. Is Ollie going to get a good run coming out the corner? Let's jump on board with Ollie. Keeping the power down. Getting into the corners right. He's braking well. I'll tell you what, he's keeping the power down there, Jonathan, isn't he? look at the BMW. It flew out that corner. It was like it was ejected out the corner. Oh yeah, but look at Ollie there.
Yeah, you see how he got a little bit of a run there?
Yeah.
Because he was a little bit further back. And yeah, it's going to be difficult to dive down there.
Yeah, he realised, didn't he, Ollie? I'm not going to make that one. I'll tell you what, though. Mappe's putting this car in exactly the right place of the track, isn't he? Making it very difficult to pass. Great racing between these two. Both pushing it to the limit, within track limits. Ollie got a good corner there, but I'll tell you though, Mappe did well as well. How close are these two here? Both going wide a little bit, still within track limits. Martin Bailey is 2.5 seconds, so Peter's closing him in now with 8 minutes to go. And Stefan has made a mistake.
And somebody's backwards.
Stefan's off. Let's just see what happened there with Stefan in a minute.
Yep, Stefan went off. He was facing the wrong direction.
Has he put the power down too early? Has he got the chicane completely wrong? Coming out the chicane, has he got it wrong? I don't know.
I think it's the second chicane by the looks of it.
Oh, yeah, he's drifted into the corner, hasn't he?
Yeah, he outbraked himself just a little bit.
And
there's a couple of spots on the track where you just cannot gain any extra time by braking deeper, and that's one of them.
Yeah, he's lost. He's gone down to 9th, but he was looking at a podium, and now he's not. It's such a shame. Such a good battle going on there as well. Let's jump to the back, and there's another car off there, as you can see. Someone definitely taken to the high road there a little bit, and we got Jorgen here putting pressure on Jeremy. So Jorgen's the only Honda driver. Seven minutes to go. I was doing a rundown before we started getting incidents. So Martin up front. Peter is less than 2 seconds. He's not giving this up, Peter. Rayner, 2.5 seconds. Kev Forrest, Marco's gone off. He's gone off on the corner. He's just getting going again. Kev Forrest is 1.8 seconds ahead of Mark Stevens. Mark Stevens is 2.5 seconds ahead of Johann Larsen. Johann Larsen is 2 seconds ahead of Uwe Thollen. Melvin Garland is 3 seconds behind Uwe. Stefan is off. Stefan's really struggling. He's lost another 2 places. So PJ is now in 9th. Lee Ellis is now in 10th. And Stefan Buckley is now behind. So Stefan's gone off for the second time and lost another 2 places. Behind him, 5.5 seconds, we've got Bruce Hopkins. Richard McKay, 5 seconds behind him. And then Marco Loschgadin, 3.3 seconds behind. Peter David, 1.5 seconds behind. And there, he's just managed to pass Marco. So I think Marco's struggling with his tyres here. He's losing places for fun, and that's not the first time he's gone off. So Peter and Robert have now passed him. Daniel Britos, 4.8 seconds behind. Then we got Ollie, who's 4 seconds behind. Ollie's passed Mappe as well. So let's just see what happened there and how Ollie made that pass. Was there a mistake? Because he's way back here at this point. Way back. There's no contact, so it's a clean pass. I've got a feeling Mappe's made a mistake. Oh yeah, bad drive out the corner, running 2 wheels on the grass. Clean pass by Ollie that. Great driving for the pair of them. Mutual respect there. Mappe realising he's going to lose ground. And that means Ollie's now moved up into 18th place. So great run that, Ollie. And we're back running again. So Jeremy's 9 seconds behind. And then Jorgen is half a second behind Jeremy. And then Jeroen is 1 second behind that, and then James Park is 3 laps down, but he's still running. Okay, so he's keeping it on the track. Obviously, they'll get points, be in front of Andy Goddard and Dimitri there for finishing. There's no close battles going on per se. Mark Stevens is putting pressure on Kev Forrest. Martin Bailey is still keeping that gap ahead of Peter LaFrance as we speak. That gap is 2 seconds, and he's keeping it at 2 seconds. Quick back to the chat. Willie's just commenting. Buckley has gone off and lost it. You can't vote for a BMW driver for driver of the day, so leaning towards 555. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We're only talking 4 minutes left. Martin Bailey at the moment, he's going to be so excited at this. His first, he got a podium the other week. I think he got a 3rd place in one of the races, midweek races. But he's going to be so excited with this one. And he's probably going to sit there and watch the stream all night and keep replaying him finishing the crossing line, I should imagine. It's a great feeling when you first won, because you know you can do it then. It's like Billy yesterday. Billy had a fantastic race yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and you know, Billy won that race because of consistency. Other drivers fell off and Billy just kept going. And, you know, you don't have to be the fastest person on track. We've said this time and time again. You just need to be consistent. So I'm hoping Billy takes that and takes it into his next race, because, you know, that needs to give him confidence and should give anyone confidence to be able to race. You know, and racing on track with 25 other cars is no mean feat, especially as Billy was for most of that race, stuck in the middle of it all, if you like, and then slowly got to the front as cars started falling off, and he was just there and kept it going. I will say, pass of the day was Mr. Newton going through everybody when everyone was struggling. That was awesome, that. Johann Larsen's now putting pressure on Mark Stevens. So this is McLaren versus a Lexus. We've now only got 4 BMWs in the top 4. Obviously Stefan Buckley and Bruce Hopkins. So Bruce Hopkins has just made a pass. As you can see there, within the top 12, we've got 8 BMWs in the top 12. And it's not a BMW track. Peter David's gone off. And he's going to the pits. So
what do you think about tomorrow? A quick preview of tomorrow?
Not too sure. I mean, from my perspective, I just want top 10. You know, top 10 up to 14th I'm happy with, because I know you guys are just too fast for me. Ooh, this is looking aggressive. Oh, he's going for the dive up the inside. He's made it a clean pass there, though. Wow. Johann Larsen there. So
great.
Much confidence in his brakes. He absolutely nailed it. Obviously, it takes 2 drivers to take part in that, but he knew he was going to make it. He did get a good run, to be fair. So that means now that we've got a McLaren now in 5th place. So Johann's absolutely flying. But Stevens isn't giving up. He's not giving up, as you can see there. He's thinking, I want that back. In fact, he's keeping the pressure on. Not too sure where he'll get him, because the braking on that McLaren looked brilliant. And on the straight, we know both the McLaren and Lexus are relatively quick. So, yeah, it's a difficult one. I know you're quick, Jonathan. And, you know, I think you're going to be there and thereabouts. If Mr. Keola's racing, never discount Mr. Keola. I've seen Lars on this track in the McLaren as well. And he's very, very quick. And we all know what Chris Bourne's capable of. You know, and that's just 4 drivers. You know, I could carry on. You've got Saunders, you've got Bird, you've got Noble. You know, it's where'd you draw the line?
I actually think that, you know, because as you said, there's so many fast drivers, and we've seen today how difficult it is to pass. I think it can be won or lost in qualifying tomorrow. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I think though, I think we'll see drivers going off though, and I think that's going to contribute to the race. That McLaren's getting really twitchy now. He's really forcing it, isn't he? He's trying to get Kevin here. So Johann's going for 4th place, and he's really got Kevin. So Mappe's gone off. He's put it sideways. So that's really put the cat amongst the pigeons for Mappe after him running really well. Johann, I'm just going to go back to Johann, because we are coming to the end of this now. I'm going to jump to Martin to see where he is, because this could be the end of the race. So
no, he's going to have to do another lap.
Are you sure?
No, maybe not.
No. Race is up.
He's the race over.
He's the winner.
Yeah, he's the winner.
Martin Daly.
Lovely.
That really come up on us very, very quick, didn't it? So
it did. 45 minutes went by like a flash.
Yeah, it's the first three places. Martin Bailey, Peter LaFrance and Rainer Berger. Well done, guys. Any votes for the driver of the day? Martin Bailey, yeah, I think that's pretty fair. He led from the start, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think
Pole,
Martin did
pole
really
position,
well there.
race
Yeah.
win. What more can you ask for, you know?
Yeah, I think Martin Bailey deserved that. Just going to make sure everyone's happy with that because we've got two for Martin, number 84. Obviously, Willie doesn't want a BMW, so he's picking Larsen. And we've got Nikos, who's also gone for Larsen. So we've got Paul Moore. I'm just trying to work out. We've got 2 for Martin. Yeah. Who's going to give us the sounding vote, guys? We're 2-2 at the moment. I don't want to be a dictatorship. There's too much of that going on at the moment. Oh,
Places gained. That'll be interesting. So I think Lee Ellis gained a ton of places today, didn't he? He's finished P10. Where did he start?
I don't know. Hold on, let me see. Position delta. Is it going to show me that? Places gained was Robert 11.
There it is, Robert Obando.
So we're going with we've got 3 for Larsen, 3 for Martin Bailey. Go on, Mr. Wood. Who are you going for driver of the day? We'll do it now.
It's Mr. Bailey.
Yeah, okay.
Mr. Bailey.
So 316 is driver of the day. Yeah, we had another boat coming in there. So Martin Bailey, driver of the day. Just want to thanks everyone for watching the stream and bearing with us at the start for that parade lap. It's been really enjoyable. Some great racing there for the Group 2 guys. Hopefully the Group 1 guys will do you justice tomorrow and not have the calamity we had in the last race. So just want to say thanks, Jonathan.
Yep, cheers. We'll see you all tomorrow.
And thanks very much. Good evening, good day, and good morning. Don't forget, Lights Out is on at 8:30, I think it is. So don't forget to miss that. That's really exciting tonight. There's lots to cover. Take care, all. Goodbye.